This is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV, and we're here today with Luc Verbeeke,
Correct.
Product Development, Chevron, to discuss Chevron Marine Lubricants and the trends that he sees today. So Luc, future products require deep planning and research, as I'm sure you know better than anyone. How are you gaining client confidence regarding future technologies?
Okay. Advanced planning is a crucial part of it, and it's part of the process that we in Chevron are good at and have been doing for many product introductions and introducing new services. It's all interlinked with cooperations and partnerships. So we work very closely with the engine builders, with the like MAN in this case for our new product introduction on the Category 2 oil, which we are announcing this week. But we also work very closely with some key customers that we do, right? Would say it's all a matter of professionalism, expertise, right? And trust. Having customers not on board on the process could be not good for them because they might not follow OEM recommendations.
So what can you tell us about the lubricant market and the readiness for future technologies?
Now, we went through a difficult time with our customers. The COVID pandemic made it quite hard for us and challenging to operate. But we quickly adapted to that, and we changed more to a digital world and having meetings online. And I have to say, from a product development standpoint, we were able to stay on track with our most critical programs. In general, I would say shipping industry is doing well. Trade rates are good, freight rates are good. But we do see now that our customers are focusing on the energy transition, and we are preparing ourselves and we are ready to support them on that. Right? One thing we have to keep in mind, we're moving to a very different world, a world with more tailored solutions. So there will not be one suit fits all. So our customers have to take into account that we will have to deal in the future with more than one fuel. There will be different fuels. There will be new engine types coming our way, so they will have to adapt to that. And there will be a change in operations one way or another to at least be part of that energy transition program. Right?
Spectacular, you're a natural, man. Again, I appreciate that insight. Can you share some insight on some of Chevron's upcoming projects or launches?
Well, the most exciting one, I think, for now, is because that's a product we are launching this month, is the Taro Ultra Advanced 40. So this is the first in its kind. It is a MAN ES Category 2 approved oil. That's a new standard they apply. And it's coming to us soon. Another project that we are lining up is the Taro 12 XP. We expect that product to be somewhere early next year on the market. And that's a 12BN oil for four-stroke applications, which is more focused on increased cleanliness, fuel flexibility, having more flexibility on switching between different fuels without changing your oil bath, which is kind of a normal behavior today. And especially we are designing this oil to be more compatible within our whole trunk piston engine oil product line for marine and power gen, so we can more easily interchange between different grades without changing the oil bath. Also on the digital front, there are some changes upcoming. That's for my Chevron Marine Lubricants colleagues. They're working on a program which introduces some more artificial intelligence, which will predict basically where vessels are going. That's coming up soon. And also on the .fast service, which is the drip oil analysis service. It's a service where you look at wear generated during the operation. There we are also working on a digital front to actually incorporate with an app what's been done on board, and that they can combine it what they get from the laboratory. So a lot is done also on the digital front by my Chevron Marine Lubricant colleagues. Yes.
Why was it necessary to develop the 40BN Taro Ultra?
The Taro Ultra 40 was basically developed for the IMO 2020 transition, Greg. So at that time, we had an enormous change where we had to go from a high sulfur fuel world to the very low sulfur fuel oils. At that moment, there was very little known about these fuels, but quite early already MAN indicated that especially their Mark 9 and higher engines, their newer generations engines, they were struggling to get properly lubricated with 40 BNOs, but it did seem to run well on the higher BNOs. But that's what was not the situation they wanted to be in. So MAN already initiated a first service letter prior to 2020, somewhere around April 2019, where they already brought up a concern to the industry that the lower BNOs that were prepared for that IMO 2020 transition, in some cases did not give the required outcome. Right? Early after the introduction of IMO 2020 in May somewhere, they introduced their second service letter where they actually informed the oil and additive companies that a new level of performance would be required, and that's what they made it. That's where they made a distinction between Category 1 and Category 2 oils. Right? Now, having said that, so we're actually 2 years from that date now, so it took us a while for the industry to get there, but we have been able to lubricate our engines, and the way we've done that in cooperation with MAN is that we have been using 100 BNs and 140 BN oils, which we already qualified in early for the IMO 2020 as a Category 2 oils. So now our new product that is coming to the market, Taro Ultra Advanced 40, has the same Category 2 level. So it's joining the family of 100, 140, and it gives you a same cleanliness level at lower BN, which was the target for MAN. Of course, in September now, we are launching it, and we are going to focus on Rotterdam and Singapore as major ports, but over the course of the coming 3 to 6 months, we are deploying that product worldwide in the major ports. It's definitely going to be globally available coming soon. Yeah? It complements, as I said, the 100 and 140 BNOs in the Category 2 slate, so we have like a full slate for vessels running on very low sulfur fuel oil, but as well running on high sulfur fuel oil with scrubber operation, all Category 2 approved by MAN.
So how specifically did you and your team develop Taro Ultra Advanced 40?
Normally when we develop a product, we make like smaller, more evolutionary steps. In this case, the requirements that MAN put in front of us, we had to take a very different approach. There is a very balanced relationship between the additives and the components we apply in the oils, and that's quite different from what we had previously on the market. Right? When we are developing such a program, we start with some paper exercises. So we put some formulations on paper. Chevron has a lot of expertise on that, so we do have a good feeling on how a formulation would look like. But once we have these paper formulations, we select some candidates to do some more analytical and in-house and bench testing. Right? So we are really looking at some parameters to shortlist our candidates. And before we actually put it on a ship with our customers, we also run laboratory test engines. So before actually we started the whole test work with MAN on the ships, we already had a high confidence level that this would be a success. Right? Yeah. Another key thing to success is that it's all linked on partnerships. Right? So we have to do this together with MAN. We have to do this together with customers, and in this case, we partnered up with Cape Shipping in Greece, and we selected them because they have a really good modern fleet, which was suitable for this purpose, but as well because of their high levels and standards they have, which makes them a really good partner for us to work with such programs. Right? So in the end, I can say we have finalized this program now, and we definitely have a good pass, and we can say we met the requirement from MAN to get equal cleanliness at 40 BN, which as it would have on 100 BN. Yeah.
So can you discuss the efforts within Chevron to explore the impact of alternative fuels on two-stroke engine lubrication?
Of course. We actually quite recently published a white paper. It was in June this year. It's available on the Chevron Marine Lubricants website. You can download it. It's called Future of Marine Two-Stroke Lubrication, and it's focused very much on this subject and on how we think the lubricants should adapt to the new fuels. Besides that, we have several programs ongoing where we're exploring the impact on the lubrication of the majority of the emerging fuels like methanol, ammonia, hydrogen. So we are very closely working with OEMs and other partners to map that and to be prepared for our customers, right? But of course, the greatest unknown we have today is which fuel will be preferred going forward. So we do have to prepare for all these scenarios and prepare options for our customers to do so.